United Kingdom. Oh, or not United Kingdom. Hex. United Kingdom. United States. Germany. Yep. Korea. Ooh, about this one. Me again. Well, dear audience, believe me or not, these are actually two different flags. And if you can't tell the difference, that's right, I can't either. Here's an interesting story. In the 1936 Berlin Olympics, the countries of Haiti and Liechtenstein both participated. Haiti's flag looked like this, and Liechtenstein's this. I think you can see the problem here. It was only at this event that the two countries realized that the flags were exactly the same, prompting both to change them, and it took them that long. So, congratulations, 1936 Haiti and Liechtenstein. And that, folks, is why flag making, like a game, comes with a ruse. According to the North American Vexillological Association, there are 5 principles of flag design. The first principle is that a flag should be simple, so simple that a child should be able to draw it from memory. Some good examples of flags that do this are Sweden, Jamaica, and Switzerland, that all have these nice, basic cross-like shapes that a child should be able to memorize. By keeping a flag simple in design, not only will we make it more recognizable from a distance, but you also be making it more effective at communicating its point across, as it will be representing more using fewer images and colors. And overall, it just look better most of the time if you minimize the amount of clutter that you put on it. Let's turn to a personal favorite of mine to find out why this rule works. Canada. Love you, Canada. There are only 2 colors. It looks as though a kid would draw it. And wow, does it look gorgeous. No wonder it's so recognizable. Of course, there are exceptions to this rule. And perhaps the most controversial of them all is this. The flag for the American state of Maryland. Just look at it. Could a 5-year-old draw this accurately? Could you draw this accurately? I know I can't. There's some hazmat warning sign shenanigans going on in these 2 corners, and some, jigsaw puzzle piece business going on in these 2 quadrants. It's a hot mess. But you know what? I say it looks good. And so too apparently do the good people of Maryland, who have sort of embraced this rectangle of chaos as a part of their identity precisely because of its messiness. So yeah, and that shows that sometimes bending the rules is cool. You know what's also cool? Making flags. At the end of every review I talk about, we're going to slowly build up a hypothetical flag of Clifton High School, which is the school I'm from. So, basic design. What about we just split the flag into 3 for the time being? Okay, looking good. We'll just pick this up again when I move on to the next rule, which is all about colors. With colors, again, you want to keep things simple and around 2 to 5 colors, although many good flags sort of stick to 2 or 3, and these kind of flags are called bicolors or tricolors, respectively. Here is Poland, a horizontal bicolor, Ireland, a vertical tricolor, and Colombia, a horizontal tricolor. I'm going to show you the most egregious offense of this rule to demonstrate why its importance. It doesn't even look like a flag, and it looks not the best. I have to say, this has been your official trigger warning. Get ready for it. 3, 2, 1. This was a flag proposed for the European Union, and it was designed in 2002. And holy moly, good thing it wasn't actually used as the official design, because it just looks like a barcode with 8 different colors. I kind of get where they were coming from. They're trying to mush up the flag of every member nation, but it ain't working. Not that we have any part in it anyways. Conversely, you wouldn't want to use a flag that's just 1 color, but that's exactly what Libya did from 1977 to 2011. This is it. This solid green, monochromatic green, field of green is all there is to this flag. don't get me wrong, there is color symbolism. The green represents Islam, but for a flag, this isn't it. That's why folks finding a balance in flag design is really important. And that's also why I'm only going to add 2 colors to my flag. Boom. Colors materialize. The third rule you're going to keep in mind is that flags should contain meaningful symbolism. And a good way to do this is just slap on like a coat of arms or a national animal like how Slovakia and Wales has done so here. Other symbols like this feather, this tree, because not a cross, they also work. And the reason why they work is because these kind of symbols are usually already very deeply entrenched in the culture of a community and have, such definitions and what they represent. They're also more tangible than things like colors, but don't get me wrong, colors can be very effective as well. Here's France with its flags, and when its flag and its colors that have so many interpretations. Its blue or red color scheme can be seen as representations of politics, society, religion, the French Revolution, so part of the history. Pride flags, most of them have so many color symbolism as well, so much color symbolism as well. This one in particular, Progress Pride flag. Literally every color on this flag is a meaning, ranging from pride values such as healing and spirits to the communities that it represents. I kind of lied when I said that no flag that's just one color would work, because this one certainly does. I know it looks like a blank slide, but there is a flag there. It's the universal white flag of surrender, and it is super recognizable. If you see a person, waving around something white on a stick, be it like, I don't know, a piece of paper, discarded handkerchief, pair of underwear, you instantly recognize that, this guy, they're giving up, they're accepting defeat. And I find it amazing how Solartica represents so much on this little flag, despite the fact that it is literally a blank canvas. Certain types of flags also represent political unions quite effectively. United States, 50 sovereign states, 13 stripes, 13 original colonies. Moving on. Flag of the UK, famously made up of England, St. George's Cross, Scotland, St. Andrew's Cross, and Northern Ireland, St. Patrick's Saltire. Effective way to represent not one, but 3 countries unified as a kingdom, although it is missing Wales. This is the flag of the Philippines. This is the upside down flag of the Philippines. What's the difference, I hear you ask? No one asked, but this one is the one that's currently flying at the United Nations headquarters, and because the Philippines is at the mo, not in a state of conflict, the blue, representing peace, is put over the red, representing valor. However, if the Philippines were to, for any reason, enter a war, what they would do is simply flip the flag around to demonstrate that they now prioritize bravery over harmony. You can sort of achieve a similar effect with the American flag, as the U.S. flag code states that the U.S. flag should never be displayed upside down unless you mean to demonstrate that you are in a state of distress. Which is why you see upside down American flags in pictures of American protests all the time, because what protesters are doing, they are frustrated at the system. They're taking the fight to the streets. So yeah, you could say they qualify as distressed flag flyers. And also flags for half-mast are used to denote the mourning of the death of someone. So as you can see, even different ways of displaying a flag can mean different things. But here is now my favorite types of flags that have scenery in them. Oh my daisies also. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, may I present Ukraine, which looks like a blue sky and a yellow wheat field. Estonia, again looking like a blue sky, a black forest, and a white snowy ground. Japan, basically a sunless sky. And the flag for the American state of Utah, recently redesigned to look like a gorgeous dark blue night sky over idyllic white snowy mountains overlooking beautiful red sandstone rocks. How wonderful. What a great way to sort of represent a country or another place by including the signature landmark on a flag. So, in short, if you want a good flag, you gotta throw some good symbolism there. Which is why I am going to slap on the big Clifton High School signature rose in the middle of my flag. There we go. But we recently redesigned the logo, so to people outside of the school, it might not be super recognizable. So I'm gonna add some text saying Clifton High School around it. I don't know. Should I? Does it look better with or without the text? I'm going to have to consult the 5 rules again. Oh, according to the NEVA, flags should avoid having words, and that is because from a distance, some words are illegible and the flag will flapping in the wind. It also kind of defeat the points of having a flag, a graphic icon to represent a community, and also in most cases just looks mad, which is the case with a lot of American state flags. Arkansas, Delaware, Idaho, South Dakota. South Dakota actually has their name on twice. Not the best look. But as usual, fortunately, there are exceptions. Brazil and Iran still managed to look smashing even with the text on the flag. And Ohio and Colorado actually took it a step further and used words to enhance the looks of the flags. Or, in this case, letters, as this giant ring you see before you here is in fact the letter O, standing for Ohio. And this horseshoe thingy thing is the letter C, standing for Colorado. Who's that? So yeah, I'm going to remove the text because, yeah, I'm just going to let the rules speak for itself, and then I'm going to move on to the 5th and final rule. And that is that flags should be unique unless you want them to be purposely similar to another flag. What do I mean by this? These are the flags of some pan-Slavic nations that all follow the color scheme of the Russian flag. And these are the flags for some Pan-African nations, all designed to resemble the Ethiopian flag on the bottom right corner of the screen. Wish I could move further, but there it is. And the reason why they do this is because Ethiopia was able to stave off colonialism during the scramble for Africa, which led to many other African nations admiring Ethiopia. This whole thing doesn't have to be restricted to national flags either, though. Pride flags, most of them, they bleed into color and are callbacks to the OG rainbow pride flag. And it's such a brilliant, magnificent, marvelous even way of unifying community through a graphic medium. As for uniqueness, this harkens back to that quiz we did on earlier and that story I told you guys about Haiti and Liechtenstein at the Olympics. To cut to the chase, yeah, you mustn't make your flag too similar to an existing one, not only to avoid confusion and humiliation for your country at international sporting events, but also to prevent confusing folks at flag quizzes, which is obviously the more important thing. So yeah, I'm going to change this flag because at present it just looks like a cross between the Indian flag and the Bangladeshi flag. So I'm going to shrink this white band, then enlarge this red rose, red stripe in the middle, which is, by the way, the specific shade of red that my school insists on using. And then I'm going to add a diamond in the middle, a symbol of the diamond edge model for education that my school utilizes. And then we're done with the flag. Now, with most of my custom flag designs, I just leave them to, fester in cyberspace. But in truth, flags deserve more respect than that. So I had this one printed. Huzzah! There we go. Yeah, bye. Oh, hold on. Hold your horses. Now, it may sound like an ending, but I've still got this bit where it talks about how flags are an integral aspect of society and how without them humanity would descend into anarchy. That of course wasn't true, but the former one certainly is. There are national anthems talking about them, such as in the case of the American anthem. There are sports revolving around them. Capture the flag where you literally lose the entire game if your flag is seized by opponents. And then there are all sorts of flag laws across the world. Some are legal, some aren't. You're not allowed to burn them in some countries. In others, they just have guidelines on what the most patriotic way to float a flag is. Point is, governments, they care about this sort of thing. This proves that flags matter to us humans. And why shouldn't they? They are a culmination of years, decades, centuries even, of culture and history all symbolized in a little rectangle. They are a microcosm of the values and idiosyncrasies that define the community. So, it's no wonder why we relate to them and love them so much. And arguably, hear me out, arguably, the more we invest emotion into a flag, the stronger its representational power grows. So, I say this, keep loving them flags. And if you're feeling up to it, why not try getting a flag or designing one of your own, but using your newfound knowledge for the 5 golden rules. And the next time you look at the flag, think about why it is the way it is. Because truly, flags are more than just fancy pieces of fabric that we wave around in the wind. There are something more, something that holds potent symbolism, and something that people are willing to wield triumphantly, rally under, and follow into battle. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.